Am I by myself today? Where?
I think Lisa's coming.
Is she coming?
I have something
What
for
about
her.
Melissa? Isn't she?
I haven't seen. She's not here.
Oh, okay, but
Yeah.
she's assisting?
Not. She's missing the first weekend.
Oh, okay. I feel
Yeah.
like I remember that. Okay.
Yeah. The babe. Oh. Yeah. And so begins again. I know, after all the sitting yesterday, it's like I might need to make the Sunday morning practice a regular on TT weekends. It's amazing for yoga training leaders.
Like, I haven't even dared. Are these so gross? Am I gonna gag if I put this in my mouth? Do you remember these from when you were a kid? Okay, just, I guess in case of an emergency. Ludens does?
I do. No,
You made it?
no.
This is a little close to right in front of the camera. Do you want to come up here or right here?
Yeah.
You're well, you know, this is like your up front spot. I'm sure these gals wouldn't mind scooting back a little bit. I don't know. I guess I'm by myself today. I mean, not all by myself. We're all together, but I usually have a demoer and an assistant. So maybe I'll be on the mat a little bit more for the purposes of and folks at home. Let me see. I think that's fine. I think it's like as long as you're not on the X. Let me see. Oops. I think it's okay. Oh, goodness. Okay. Welcome. Good morning. If we're new to each other, my name is Mariel. Everything I offer is an invitation, not an obligation, so feel free to take it or leave it, modify, spectate, hydrate, ask questions as desired. The big news is that my yoga teacher for the past 2 decades is coming to Three Queens for a special weekend workshop next weekend, the 19th, 20th, and the 19th to the 21st, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. She is probably the greatest influence on my asana teaching and philosophy. She's my favorite asana teacher. She's a living legend. It's a huge honor and great opportunity that she's coming here and I have a chance to share her with you. In total, it's a 10-hour yoga weekend workshop, but now the individual modules are open, 4 different sessions. And I can't say enough about how valuable it would be for you in your practice and your life to be here for all of it, any part of it. Move mountains if you have to. Make the time to be here and get a dose of Desiree. She's extraordinary. She's a living legend. She lives not close, so it's hard to get to study with her over here on the East Coast. Not hard, but just not frequent. And I describe her, I've been practicing with her, I think since my freshman year of college, which is like in ancient times. And I would do like at least 1 weekend training with her a year, and I describe it as a spiritual vaccine. Like, you know how you're supposed to get your vaccines every year? And like it's supposed to last all year? That's Desiree. Like I would study with her once a year, and it would inspire my personal practice and my teachings for the whole year, really for like the whole life. She like builds us up. It's $275 for the full. Hi. When did you snuck in? Stealth. Stealth. I haven't even taken my date. And that's 10 hours in total. I think it's like $75 a session for a session. If cost is the barrier, just reach out. We're gonna be here anyway. That's true for anything that's inside our space. So don't ever let the cost be the reason not to do something. And if you can make the time things around on your calendar, there's so few times I would tell you to do that. Like, do it. come do this. There's other stuff happening. Restorative yoga, harmonious heal. Did that happen already? Is that today? Today. If you want to come back later, we have a harmonious healing crystal singing bowl sound bath meditation with Elizabeth at 6:30. And yoga with Eric on Sunday, September 28th at 5:30. Do you have anything coming up?
I'm subbing for you on October 12th.
You are?
I am.
Oh,
Sandy and I talked about it.
that's great.
Yeah.
Yay.
So I'm here for your 10:30, and then the same day, I think 2 to 4, we have a 2-hour restorative yoga and yoga nidra session.
Ooh, cameo.
For early fall.
Love that. Cameo. Adriana Cameo. Any announcements? The museum? Okay. Anyone else have any announcements? Okay, let's start by making any requests. Do you like the new speakers? No crackling? No cutting out? Upgrades. Disco ball next, everyone. 2026. Okay, make yourself as comfortable as humanly possible. Okay. Give yourself a moment to soften and settle, to notice where you are and how you are, to scan your body with the light of awareness and see if there's particular that you need or want from this practice of yoga today. Invite a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. And as you begin to deepen your breath, notice how naturally your breath deepens you. The entire physical practice of yoga is first and foremost in service to the breath, to the gift of life that it offers, for it is truly a gift. We didn't ask for it, we didn't earn it, and we can't give it back. The true meaning of a gift. And as the gift of life pours itself as the breath into you, let it root you down through your seat and then fill you up to your crown. And as you exhale, the gift of life pours out of you and the outer body softens and settles. As you draw the breath in and down through your seat into the earth and it fills you up, the breath ignites the heart. And as you exhale, the splendor of the heart emanates from inside out on the currents of the breath. Bathing in breath, we often think of ourselves as a body with a breath. For the time being, I invite you to imagine yourself as the breath with a body. The physical practice and service to the gift of life that each breath offers is an opportunity to align ourselves, engage ourselves, and stretch ourselves with integrity through aligned engagements that the gift of life that each breath offers can flow in us, as us, through us, more deeply, more fully. On your next inhalation, bring the hands together before the heart in Anjali Mudra, in a gesture of sincere self-reverence that honors the voice of the true teacher, which is never further than your heart, which is never further than the breath. And a gesture that places this aspect of the self, the source of supreme love and divine wisdom, before us as a guide for at least the time we spend together. And together, let's set the tone for our practice today by sharing the voices of our hearts and the sound of one collective Om. Please feel free to join into the sound or let it wash over you. Deep breath in. Bow to your heart. always present, intrinsically peaceful, utterly powerful and luminous, never further than your breath. And keeping that connection inward, unwavering, release the hands, gently blink open. And let's make our way into a tabletop position in all fours. And by the way, I take requests, so as you start to dial into the fabric of your body, if you feel like you need or want something, just call it out or call me over. Find your breath. And just begin by linking breath and movement. As you exhale, round your back. And as you inhale, arch, move slowly at your own pace. Notice what you feel. Feel what you notice. Can take an extra cycle of breath or two on each side of that stretch. Can become more or less organic. Again, notice what you feel, how it feels where you feel it, letting the currents of the breath draw the light of awareness deeper into the fabric of the body, exploring the interior landscape, really reaching into the self. When you're ready, take your time. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Soles of the feet, the back. How you feel it, what lives where. Claw the fingertips, spread the toes, deepen the breath in, take it to heart. And as you exhale from the heart center, right inside the bottom tips of the shoulder blades, push down through the earth, up through the hips, and ground down through the heels for one more of the deepest, fullest breaths that requires the least amount of effort. On your inhale, float the right leg straight back. As you exhale, catch the lunge. Saying the slight improvement. Feel both. And from your connection to the earth, pull the feet towards each other and feel energy draw from the earth up the legs into the hips, creating, really imparting a quality of steadiness in your legs. The ground, stretch up through your fingertips, even your thumb tips more. And as you reach up through the thumbs, can you bend the front leg like 1, 2, maybe 3 more inches right there? Press the back knee up to the sky. On the exhale, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Check it out. Can pedal the feet a little bit. Notice even there, like incrementally, any newfound space through the backs of the legs, the hips. On your inhale, float the left leg high to the sky. Exhale to catch your lunge. Feel both feet on the ground, and when you inhale, reach up through the arms, reach up, stretch up. Bring your awareness to your feet, and as you pull the feet towards each other, feel strength rise up through your legs from the ground into the hips. Legs to the midline, and as you press the back leg get straighter and stronger, let the top of the front thigh descend. Reach up through the thumbs. One more breath. And on the exhale, plant your hands, downward facing dog. Breath, inhale to the top of a plank. Look forward as you slide the armpits towards the top of the mat and the heels towards the back of the mat. Just like the back leg and lunge, press your knees and thighs up to the sky. And as the knees and thighs lift up, big breath in, pause, bend the elbows halfway. As you exhale, push the arms straight. Nice. Exhale, downward dog. On the inhale, float the right leg high to the sky. Exhale, step it through to lunge. On the inhale, reach the arms up. Right knee and toes point straight ahead. On the exhale, take a big step forward, standing tall mountain. Big breath in. With the exhale, bend the knees, fingertips tap the earth, stay deep in the legs. As you inhale, reach the arms up. Lift the left heel, ground through the right heel. Draw the left heel to the left butt cheek in super slow motion. Stretch your back leg back, hover for a breath. Ground the back foot, inhale to crescent lunge. Exhale, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Find your breath. On the inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. On the inhale, reach the arms up. And on the exhale, big step forward. Deep breath in, standing tall mountain, root through the legs, reach through your fingertips. And on the exhale, bend the legs, fingertips tap the earth. Stay deep in your legs as you inhale to reach the arms up. Utkatasana, chair pose. Ground more through the left heel as you lift the right heel to butt cheek. Super slow motion, reach the right leg back, pause. Ground through the foot, big breath in. Exhale, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Find your breath. Inhale to plank, claw the fingertips, press the knees and thighs up to the sky. Hands down and forward. Can you draw the bottom ribs towards the spine, almost like you're curling into cat pose, and keeping the knees, the bottom ribs lifted. Can you reach the bottom of your sternum, your breast, towards the space between? On the exhale, half. I'll push the arms straight. Exhale down. On the inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, step it through to lunge. Pivot the left heel to the ground. Turn your right toes to the left, come into the wide-legged forward fold. See that your feet are parallel from the center of the ankles through the base of your second toes. And as you fold down the middle, inhale to pull your feet towards each other. Make the legs feel strong by hugging to your midline. And as you draw energy from the earth up the legs into your hips and pelvis, from the core of the pelvis, push back down through the legs into the earth. Really anchor your tail, your sitting bones. The tailbone and sitting bones anchor. Feel a little more extended spine, head heavy. Belly breathing. Turn the right knee and toes through lunge. Take a big step forward. Left foot meets the right foot. Fold over your legs. Bow to your heart. Hands to the floor or blocks as you inhale. Get long through the spine. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot back to lunge. Pivot your feet to the right. Wide-legged forward fold. This time, stretch. Face soft. Head heavy. Inhale, hug the feet to the midline, the shoulder line. And as you exhale, root through the legs and let the feet overhead like wet branches. Again, as you inhale, hug feet to midline, shoulder blades to midline. And as you exhale, gently tug your hands away from each other. Breathe into what can't be seen, but can be felt. On your next exhalation, release the hands, turn the left knee and toes to downward facing dog. Again, think of yourself more as a breath with the body and let the breath carry you. Inhale to plank. Exhale to lower towards the earth. Good news. Inhale, cobra or cobra dog if you feel ready. Pause for an extra breath or two. As you press the inner edges of the hands down and claw the fingertips towards the feet, flick your toenails down and hug the outer ankles and shins to the midline. Slide the heart forward and up, slide the palate up and back. One more breath. And with your exhale, we'll find downward facing. Left leg to the sky. Exhale, step it through to lunge. As you pull the feet towards each other, come high on right fingertips to the floor or a block. And on the exhale, reach the left arm to the sky. Linking breath and action here as you inhale. Becky, switch left foot forward. You got it. As you inhale, pull the feet towards each other. And as you exhale, lean back on your shoulder blades. Is it okay to touch? You okay there? On the inhale, untwist to the floor or block. Big step forward. Inhale, get long through your spine. Exhale, fold over the legs and bow to your heart, to the voice of the true teacher, to the source of supreme intelligence and virtuosity that is always present, never further than your heart, which is never further than your breath. This is a strategy of attunement. Heart forward, exhale, fold, step the right foot, left foot back to lunge. How about that? That seems accurate? Okay. Come high on left fingertips to the floor or a block. Find your breath. As you inhale, pull the feet towards each other, and as you exhale, twist to the right, right arm to the sky. As you come high on left fingertips to floor or block, spin the left elbow pit towards the room. Pull the feet towards each other, and on the exhales, lean back on your shoulder blades like you're leaning over the back of a chair. Again, breath and action as you inhale towards each other. Knee and thigh higher. Exhale, lean back over your gorgeous, Nicole. Inhale to untwist. The downward facing dog. Breath, inhale to plank, Isle of U, exhale to lower, inhale to rise. The body adorns the breath. And on the exhale, follow your breath, downward facing dog. Claw the fingertips and really press the inner edges of the hands into the earth. Firm the inner edges of the hands into the earth. Lift the heels high, bend the knees deep. Push through the hands, bend the knees like almost towards the floor. Ribs away from the knees. Now press your thigh bones. And now anchor your heels towards the earth. Leg to the sky. Exhale, step it through to lunge. Inhale to reach the arms up. Left knee and toes point straight ahead. On the exhale, let's take a big step forward to balance on the left foot, left leg. Cross ankle over thigh and sit deep into pigeon chair. Reach forward as you send your hips back. Slide the palate back, the ears back. Maybe bring the biceps in line with your ears. Breathe into what can't be seen but can be felt. Sit a little deeper. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, thread it back to lunge. Huge breath on the ground. Exhale to plant your hands, downward dog. On the inhale, float the right leg to the side. Exhale, catch your lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Right knee and toes point straight ahead as you exhale to balance on the right leg. Cross ankle over thigh and sit deep into pigeon chair. Flex the left foot. But can be felt. Sit a little back. Inhale to rise. Exhale, thread it back to lunge. Big breath in on the ground, and on the exhale, plant your hand. Inhale to chaturanga. Wait for the inhale for cobra, cobra dog, up dog if you feel ready. And on the exhale, take your time. Your breath in there. Notice any newfound space, what can't be seen but can be felt. On the inhale, float the left leg high to the sky. Inhale, reach the arm. On the heel to right butt cheek with your right hand. Find your right. Hug the line and activate your right foot. Like spread your toes out to the right. As you hug the right knee in, spread your right toes out. The standing leg can be straight without being locked. And as you hug the right knee to the midline and draw the right shoulder up and back, hinge halfway forward. Bring your awareness to your foot as you inhale, hug the back knee more to the midline. As you exhale, kick the foot back into the hand. Release the foot leg long. Keep lifting the inner back thigh up just as you bend the standing leg. Keep lifting the inner back thigh up as you bend the standing leg. Good. Ground through the back foot. Big breath in. Exhale. Hands down. On the inhale, float your right to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale, big step forward. Balance on your right foot. Heel to butt cheek with your left hand. Find your left foot. The left foot tends to do like a dead fish pose. That's not really a pose. Activate your back foot and turn your back toes out. Spread your toes, hug your outer ankle in. Feel the outer ankle hug in as you turn the toes out. Draw the left shoulder up and back. Little softness through the standing knee, legs straight without being locked as you hinge halfway forward. Hug the back knee to the midline as you kick the foot back. Inhale to hug the knee in. Exhale, kick the foot back. Now bend the standing leg a little. Reach straight back, long through the left leg. Keep lifting the inner left thigh up as you bend the standing leg deeper. Lift the inner back thigh up as you bend the standing leg deeper. By bending the standing leg, ground through your back foot. Big breath in. Crescent lunge. Whew, that's called a warm-up. Downward facing dog. Rest in dog, child's pose, or let the breath carry you through a linking vinyasa in the style of you. Prioritize the breath with a body. On the inhale, float the right leg high, downward dog. How about that? We'll meet there first. Child's pose, right leg high to the sky. And then leg catch your lunge. Is this the part where I'm going to actually take your blocks high, frame. As you push the front leg straight, the weight tends to fall to that outer front heel. Lift your back heel up high. Wrap your back hip forward. And now press the big toe ball mound down so much the outer side of your foot lifts up. Climb your right hand to your right hip crease. Right hip crease. The inner edge of your front foot. Good. Everyone feel something in there? Okay, bend the standing leg. Step dog. Press the inner edges of the hands down as you lift your heels high. Pivot your heels to the left and open your right arm to the sky. You can have one foot in front or feet stacked. Press the inner edge of the bottom hand down and forward to lift the hips up. Shoulders back. Hand to your step your right full of props and water bottles. Power. Press the inner edge and down and put hard into your hand. Good. Now again, find your leg long in front, turn back into downward facing dog. Wrap yourself, because this is and you are the gift of life. On the inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Blocks high to frame the front foot. Press the inner edge of the front foot down and lift the back heel high. Wrap the back hip forward. And as you press the inner edge of the front foot down, make your front leg straight with your left hand. Pull your left hip crease back. The weight tends to fall to the outer edge of the foot, the outer heel. By lifting the outer edge of the foot clear, you get more weight to the big toe ball mound. And as you root through the big toe ball mound and tack the left hip crease back manually, you create an. You can draw the left shoulder up and back, push through your back foot. Inhale to untwist. Plant the heels high, pivot to the right. Keep gluing the inner edge of your bottom hand down. Bring your left hand to your hip or left arm to the sky. You can have foot in front of foot or feet stacked. And as you press the inner edge of your bottom hand down and forward, lift your hips up as high as you can. Good. Left palm to heart. Step your left foot behind you. Just be careful of props and water bottles. Look at your feet to help parallel the feet. And as you hug the heart into your hand and heart, look for the floor overhead. Gorgeous. And now find your feet. Right leg, that's the one on the mat. Left foot behind you, steps in front. Wrap yourself around yourself, downward dog. Rest here. Carry you through vinyasa. Let the spirit that you are inform, illuminate, and inspire the body that you have, and let the body that you have affirm and adorn the spirit that you are. We'll meet in downward facing dog. On the inhale, float the right leg to the sky. Exhale, step it through to lunge. Hands high on blocks. Push your front leg straight. Keep your back heel lifted. Pull the feet towards each other to find and feel the strength of your legs from the ground all the way up to the center. And from your center, as you root through the earth, over to the right, blocks foot. Keep your left hand on the block. Draw the right shoulder up and back. And as you inhale, pull the feet towards each other. As you exhale, twist through your belly and lean back on your shoulder. Draw the right shoulder up and back as you pull the right hip crease back. Here, or by popular demand, you can reach the right arm to the sky for Parivrtta Trikonasana. Parivrtta Trikonasana. Wrap yourself around your center. One more time here, linking breath. You inhale, pull the feet towards each other, scissor the legs to the midline, and as you exhale, lean shoulder blades. Gorgeous. Exhale, step it back. Dog. Pivot your heels to the left. Open the right arm to the sky. Huge breath in as you press the hips up high. Keep hips lifting as you exhale. Right foot steps behind you. Right hand to heart. Look parallel the feet. Push through the legs. Press your heart into your hand and your hand into your heart. Lean back over the shoulder blades. Look for the floor. See the floor. Feet out long. Step your right to heart. Mind to body. On the inhale, follow your breath. Voice, the left leg floats up and back. Exhale to catch your lunge. Push hands to blocks. Push your front leg straight. Pull the feet towards each other for stability. That's where you're going to find stability. You are the source of your own steadiness. Walk your blocks to the right, to the left. Okay? So have the right block right outside the left foot and bring your left hand to your left hip. Press through the big toe ball mound of your front foot and draw the left shoulder blade up and back. From the right waistline, twist your belly to the left shoulder up and back. You can look down at your front foot or straight. As long as no tension in the neck or shoulders, you might look up, maybe stretch the left arm up. The key is linking breath and action. Stay connected to both feet on the ground here. Pull the feet towards each other. Press the back knee and thigh up as you press the inner edge of the front foot down. And with the exhales, lean back on your shoulder blades. Inhale to untwist. Exhale to downward facing dog. Follow your breath. Pivot the heels to the right. Open the left arm to the sky. Press the inner edge of the bottom hand down and forward to lift your hips up. Lean back on the shoulder. Lean back, tip steps back to cat. Parallel heart, and as you push through the heart up, and your hand is back in. Find your feet. Long leg on the floor, steps forward. Wrap yourself down. Let the breath carry you through the linking vision. The style of you. It could be more traditional. It can be cat-cow. It could be child's pose. Take your time. Let the breath guide the body and let the body honor and affirm the breath. We'll meet in child's pose if you're not already. Big toes touching, knees wide apart. If that feels uncomfortable in your body, you can come onto your belly in full pranam. Any questions, comments, concerns, pro tips? Okay, no questions? Yeah, question. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so the question is in the revolved triangle, the balance feels really off. Any tips? I'll start it off and then feel free to chime in. I think philosophically and like biomechanically and spiritually, I just want to start by saying I think we often assume that balance is the absence of imbalance. Balance, the embrace of imbalance. So, and like that's a lesson we need in our practice and our life. So I would start with that, and that receiving the imbalance is going to help you find your own steadiness. Now, mechanically, if you're feeling really, feet a little bit wider apart so you're not on a tightrope, and then most of your weight and your awareness to go into your front leg, even though you actually there had both feet on the ground. Like the pose changes when the back foot comes off the ground, but the key is that when that foot's on the ground, the back foot, you need 100% of your awareness standing in your back leg, not just your front leg. And it's not 50-50 in the front leg and the back leg. It's 100% rooting, standing in your back leg, and 100% in your front leg. And that tends to get missed. So I'll talk to that on the next cycle. And then the key is that when the back leg comes off the ground and you really only are standing, not on the ground, and when you can keep that connection to what's not on the ground, even though you're in a standing back leg, you'll feel more steady because you'll be utilizing that back. Make sense? Anything you want to add? Yeah, could everyone, I don't know if they could hear that at home, but that's not a just key point. Energy. So whenever I'll say things like hug the muscle, make sure the leg is straight without being locked. Because if you lock the leg, you lose the muscle energy. And whenever I say like hug to the midline, all those cues are about engaging that muscle energy. And the muscles have to support the structure. Good news, the bad news is you're doing it 10 times more. You could do it 10 times more for infinity. Just that. That sequence again, and then we can turn it into the revolved half moon pose. Maybe a little sugar cane, a little sweetness on top. But I really think the heart of it is that the balance is not balance. And like some days it's just more accessible, and some days it's not. And just because you have it one day doesn't mean it'll be there the next. And I think that the embrace of that rather than the rejection of that is just the way in which we practice embracing our humanity. So the good news is some days you'll get it. The bad news is it doesn't stay. Downward facing dog. My philosopher, Liz Brooks, says like the most, it's like the most rarest of conditions, and we wouldn't want it for long because it's like boring and static. So we want to receive and embrace the imbalance because it's interesting. Find your breath, and here in like the 2 hands, 2 feet on the ground, notice the steadiness, the stability. And even just as you inhale, float the right leg up. Feel how things shift to compensate. Press more through the inner edges of the hands, lift the bottom heel, and press more through the big toe ball mound. Turn your right toes in and hug the right leg to center. Make the left arm straighter and pull the left hip crease back. It's so nerdy. On the exhale, catch your lens. Locking the knee, so it's not locked. You want to heel toe your right foot maybe a little bit over to the right to give yourself a little more space in the foundation. And now pull the feet towards each other and push through the ball of the back foot so much you feel like you could stand in your back leg. Bring your left hand to the right block. Bring your right hand to your right hip. If it's too wobbly, bring your left hand back to the left block. You can walk, you can adjust the placement of the block to create more support, more stability. Draw the right shoulder up and back. And here's the other key. At your front foot. Press the inner edge of the front foot down, push feet towards each other. And as you look at the now, if you feel steady, keep pressing like you're still looking at and pressing through the big toe ball mound of your right foot and look. Or to the right if you're not in the studio. Draw the right shoulder up and back, press through the big toe ball mound, pull the feet towards each other, scissor the legs to the midline. That's the muscle energy. Maybe reach the right arm to the sky. Here, deepest, fullest breath that requires the least amount of effort. Inhale to untwist. Back to 3-legged dog. Right leg high. Foot high five to the left. Keep the left arm straight, the left armpit lifted. As you come onto your right fingertips, just pivot to the outer edge of your left foot. Stand through the left leg. Maybe bring right fingertips off the floor and hover. And now super slow motion, right foot steps back, right hand to heart. Look for your feet, parallel feet, push. Make a heart and a handprint in your heart. On the exhale, the leg on your mat goes straight, the leg on yourself, around yourself. You are the gift of life. On your inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Blocks to frame your front foot. Push your front leg straight. Now, you can either bring your right hand to the left hip. If that's really wobbly, come back to the pyramid pose and walk your left foot a little more to the left. You can bend the leg and kind of widen the left foot away from center just a little bit, and then pull the feet towards each other from front to back and side. Legs to the midline. Look at your front foot. Through the big toe ball mounds of both feet. Push through the big toe ball mound of the back foot. Stand through your back leg. Can you push through your right fingertips and push through your back leg so much you feel like you can lift the front like that? And now root through the big toe ball mound. Left hand to left hip. Draw the left shoulder back. Slowly to the left. Pull the feet towards each other. Scissor the legs through the big toe ball mounds. Maybe arm to the sky. One more of the deepest, fullest breath. Your eyes back and your head back. In, twist. Bend the leg. How was it? Step it back down. Like a dog, left leg high to the sky. Now the right armpit tends to drop. The right elbow bends. Keep the right arm straight and strong. Right armpit lifting as you open the hips. Bend the top leg. Foot high five. Do I keep moving that? Do you want it right there? I'm sorry. Foot high five to the right. And you're going to hover. Left fingertips come up. Left leg stays hovering in as slow motion as you can. Step the left foot back. Left hand to heart. Parallel your feet. Heart print on your hand. Hand print in your heart. Reach into your heart. That's our yoga. Keep that connection, feet on the ground, connection to breath, to heart, to earth, as you wrap yourself back around yourself, downward facing dog. Facing dog, find your breath and let the breath carry you into child's pose through a linking vinyasa in the style of a way that suits you and adorns you. Okay. We warmish? Let's come onto the belly and roll onto the back with the knees bent, feet on the floor. Bend your elbows alongside your body. We're not staying here, spoiler alert. It's coming that we will end here. Also, spoiler alert. Those of you who are in the sunny spots, okay, do you need a minute rest or do you have Okay. Feel both feet on the ground. Elbows alongside the waist. Press the elbows down to puff up through the chest and the lungs and the heart. And as you press the center back of the skull down, wriggle the shoulder blades. Stand through your feet and lift your hips up. Pose. Let the palms come to rest anywhere on your midsection. And as you inhale, feel the center expand with breath. And as you exhale, feel the center soften. Bring your legs all the way together. Heel toe your feet, your calves, your knees, your thighs together. Big breath. You exhale, press your feet down to grow the bridge from inside out. Press your feet to the earth. And as you press the palms down, can you lift your hips 1 more inch? Bend your right leg in and extend your press up through your right heel. Bring your awareness to the leg. As you inhale, squeeze the bottom knee into the midline. As you exhale, press the foot down and forward. Awesome. 2 more times. Inhale, squeeze the bottom knee in. Exhale, press the foot down and forward with your breath once more. And then right foot to the floor, hips to the floor, rest. Enjoy your breath. Breath to heart, heart to mind, mind to body. Feel both feet on the ground. We'll prepare for another bridge to Bandhasana. The bridge, instrument of, those are the yogis. We are the practitioners. We are the instruments of connection. In a world that likes to disconnect and divide, we are here in service of deeper, sustainable connection. Feel both feet on the ground, and as you stand through the feet, lift the hips up. Elbows alongside the waist, and as you press the elbows down, wriggle the shoulder blades together and press the center back of the skull down. So very connected foundation to the parts that touch the earth, where the earth supports you. Bring your legs together. Zip lock the legs together all the way up from the ground to the bend the left leg in the sky. You can press your palms into the earth for more support. Press the palms down. Stand through your bottom foot. Extend the left heel. Now find the breath. And as you inhale, the bottom knee more to the midline. As you exhale, press the foot down and forward. 2 more times. Hug the bottom knee in. Exhale, push the foot down and forward each time. And then left foot to the floor. Lower the hips down. Rest. So it's pretty advanced. It's like the bridge, we have our basic bridge pose, which is forever and ever deepening. And as a and we the connection. Enjoy your breath. Stretch the legs out long. Reach the arms overhead. Invite a deep, full breath in through the nose. Let it percolate inside for a beat, 2 beats, 3 beats, and then exhale when you're ready with an audible sigh. Let's try that again. At your own pace. Deep, 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 full breath in. Take it to the percolate. Find a pause, a few beats. And then exhale with an audible sigh. Let it roll out of you, heartfelt. The bottom of that breath, hug your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs. Give yourself, your breath, consciousness, spirit, mind, heart, and body the sweetest, most loving embrace. And then roll to one side and press through strong arms to come into a tabletop position. As you come into tabletop position, reconnect with breath. Exhale to round your back, accentuate the rounding of the spine as you look into your heart and look into your center. And then inhale to arch the back, let the collarbones lift and spread. Open the chest, the lungs, the heart wide. Come more into a neutral spine position, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Find your breath, breath to heart, heart to inhale, float your right side. Exhale, step it through to lunge. Find your blocks and walk your blocks way out in front of you. Reach forward, take a huge step forward and up. Supported warrior 3. Flex your back foot. First with the front leg, look at your front leg, see that your standing knee and toes point straight up. Standing leg is straight without being locked. Now dial your awareness into the back foot, turn the back toes in and in. That back leg right up to the midline. I know it feels the midline, but hug the whole back leg more to the right to draw more to the good. And now push the blocks down and forward to round the back. And as you draw the bottom ribs up into the back body by pushing the blocks down and forward, anchor the tailbone down so much you feel the front of the pelvis lift off the front leg. With your right hand, climb up to your right hip crease and pull that right hip crease back. Keep pushing through the left block to draw the ribs up and back, the tailbone and sitting bones down as you pull the right hip crease back. Draw the right shoulder up and back. Right shoulder blade slides to the spine. Bend your back leg, heel to butt cheek. Pause as you inhale, squeeze the back knee in. Heel up like you're gonna raise the roof. This is just like we did on our squeeze the back knee in. Exhale, kick the heel up. Inhale, exhale, kick the heel up. Leg long. Step to lunge. Downward dog. Cheeks. Push through the arms to launch through the hips and thighs and ground through the heels. On the inhale, float the left leg up. Exhale, catch your lunge. Find your blocks, walk them forward. Big step forward and up. Supported warrior 3. First, see that the standing knee and toes point straight ahead, legs straight but not locked. Now dial your awareness into your back leg. Turn your back leg more to the left, and rather than lifting from your foot, press your left knee and thigh to the sky. Wrap your towards the floor, nice, and press your knee and thigh to the sky. Now push the blocks down and forward to get more cat-like, right through the midsection. Bottom ribs lift up, front of the pelvis lifts up. Climb your left hand to your left hip crease, and as you pull the left hip crease back, draw the left shoulder. Becky, turn the back toes in, hug the back leg, and as the left shoulder, bend your back leg, squeeze more to the left, more, yes, and press the heel to the sky. And as you inhale, hug the knee in, and as you exhale, press the heel. Inhale, hug the knee in. Leg. Downward dog. And dog, child's pose, or let your breath vinyasa. Discern what's appropriate for you. Okay, we'll go for the bind if it's there. It's not needed or necessary, but I can tell some of you were really ready to reach back for the foot. Yeah. Lower your knees down for just a moment. Drink some water. So we were in this like awkward place between revolved half moon pose, Parivrtta Ardha Chandrasana, and revolved sugar cane in the moonlight, Parivrtta Ardha Chandra Chapasana. It's a standing, twisted, balancing, back bend and forward bend all at the same time. And it's all those things with the hand to the foot clasp. We bind ourselves to all that is. That's the gesture. Whether it happens physically, mentally, and spiritually, the posture, regardless of the form, is the invitation to bind ourselves to all that is. It's a tall order. And then in so doing, in that capacity, that willingness to bind ourselves to all that is, which is like not the urge, am I right? There's a sweetness. So like whenever I think of this word, and I think that the evolution of the pose and the name of this pose occurred like much more in present day yoga tradition. Parivrtta, Ardha, Chandra, Chapasana. Revolved comes from that word parivritta, which shares a root with perverted, twisted. And it's the idea that we twist the body to untwist the mind. And sugar cane in the moonlight, for me, conjures like an image of darkness, light and darkness, and the sweetness of light and darkness. And I think that's like so much of the yoga has as its ultimate attainment a collective liberation. Like, yeah, we want that, but what that requires, like, is that binding ourselves to all that is and being not only the light in the darkness, but sustaining the light and the sweetness in the dark. Does that make sense? So it's like regardless of the form, whether you catch your foot behind you or not, whether you keep the balance or not, the practice is binding yourself to all that is, being the instrument of connection. We'll link it to what we were doing before, so we'll step forward, supported warrior 3, bend the back leg, maybe find the back foot. We're gonna release it, step it back to 3-legged dog, flip the dog. It's an invitation for those of you who have this in your practice. You can come into Urdhva Dhanurasana. If you don't have to turn the bottom hand, if you don't know how to return the bottom hand, or do it slowly so that you know if you're going clockwise or counterclockwise. If you lose that, you always can just come out, roll to the side, meet us back in dog. If you can get into Urdhva Dhanurasana, you can play with whatever your standing leg was. I think it's the one that was on the mat. Bend it in and stretch it up, one-legged Urdhva Day. I'll talk you through it. You got all that? Downward dog. And Shavasana's on the way. Ready to die. Did everyone have a sip of water? Okay. Adho Mukha Svanasana is downward facing dog. Take your time, find your breath, feel your connection to breath, to earth, to heart. On your inhale, float the right leg to the sky. With your exhale, catch your lunge. Reach out for your blocks and take a big step forward and up, supported warrior 3. Listen to your body. Flex your back foot. Turn your back toes in as you stand through your standing leg. Standing knee and toes point straight ahead. Legs straight but not locked. Bend your back leg, heel to butt cheek. Squeeze your back knee in. And with your right hand, find your left foot. You can also go right hand to hip. Then once you bind yourself to yourself, actions are the same. Inhale to hug the back knee in. Exhale to kick your foot up and back. That back knee wants to splay to the left. Hug the back knee more to the right. Breathe. Release the foot, step it back. 3-legged dog, right leg high to the sky. Open the hips, foot high five to the left. Come on to right fingertips, as slow motion as humanly possible. Flip your dog. Hand to heart, parallel your feet. Pause for a breath. Turn it into what you like, Urdhva D. One-legged Urdhva, left leg in, hug the right knee in, press the right foot down. And then wrap yourself around yourself, downward facing dog. Rest in dog or child's for a breath. We'll meet in dog. On the inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Find your blocks, big step forward and up. Supported warrior 3. Standing knee and toes point straight ahead. Bend your back leg, heel to butt. Left hand to left hip. Pull the left hip crease back. Draw the left shoulder up and back. And with your left hand, maybe find your right foot. Bind yourself to all that is. The balance, the forward fold, the back bend. Hug the back knee and kick the foot back like a bow. Gently release, step back, three-legged dog. Left leg high to the sky, open the hips, foot high five to the right, super slow motion, flip your dog. Hand to heart, wild thing. You can take it into Urdhva Dhanurasana if it's in your practice. Take it into three-legged Urdhva, your second side if you can remember. Or both legs if you have the stamina. One leg at a time, both arms straight. And then wrap yourself around yourself to come back to home base, downward facing dog, a linking vinyasa if and as you like, or we'll meet you in child's pose. In crew. Let's find child's pose. Whichever suits you in your body. Big toes wide apart or to rest on your belly. And can you look for the breath in the belly and the back and sides of the waist? Feel the rise and fall of your breath against the lap of the earth and into the back of your body, the dark side, the side that is easily and most often overlooked. Can reach your fingertips out long head, whether you're in child's pose or full pranam. Reach out, reach out, reach out, forehead to the earth. Claw the fingertips into the earth, and without pulling the hands back, energetically claw the fingertips back so the whole arms lift up off the floor. The armpits lift, the shoulder blades come together, and release. Whew. Let's roll on to the back. Feet on the floor. Find your blocks. With the knees bent and the feet flat on the floor, stand through your legs like bridge pose and insert one or two blocks right underneath your hips, right underneath your sacrum. So not your spine, more like the top of your butt crack where your sacrum lives. It's actually the lowest part of your spine where the bones are fused. It's like a downward facing triangle. Bring your knees and feet hips width apart. And if you press your feet down and it's easy to lift the hips higher, either turn the block up a notch or stack another block underneath you. So you're at your sort of like easeful. I just want to make this more balanced. Yeah. Just go like that. And then bring your knees a little bit closer. Legs all the way together. Knees and feet on the floor. Feet on the floor, knees and feet together. Draw the shoulder blades together. You can bridge and sort of press the elbows down and wriggle. Skull down and lift the chin a little bit so the throat. Bend your right knee in. Sky. And you have support here, so just make your right leg as straight as you can. Flex the foot, spread the toes. And now hug your left knee a little bit more to the midline and press your right. And the right leg, right foot to the floor. Zip lock the legs together, bend the left leg in. Bring your awareness to your hug the bottom knee in and press the left knee back. Foot to the floor. Bend both knees right over the hips. Notice if the knees are of the hips and back them up so they're right over the hips. That'll bring you a little bit more into connection with your core. You can stay right there. If more, press your heels to the sky. Imagine you're holding a tray of beverages on the sole. Spread your toes. Nicole, spread the little toes wider. Can hold a bigger tray. And then notice the pubic bone is probably tipping up towards your navel. Can you stretch your pubic bone away from your navel towards the floor as you stretch straight up through your heels? Press the center back of the skull down, and then maybe you can feel more extension up through your heels. Belly breathing through your nose. And as you exhale, heels to butt cheek and pause, deep breath in. Super slow motion here as you exhale, bring your feet to the floor slowly and together. Stand through your feet to lift your hips up and remove the blocks. Feel the support of your lap of the earth. Release the arms down to the sides or out to the sides. You can bend the elbows about as knees fall gently. 3 of the deepest, fullest belly breaths here. Totally optional to place right foot on top of the left thigh if it suits you. On the inhale, draw the legs up through center. And on the exhale, let both knees fall gently to the left. About 3 of the deepest, fullest breaths here that require the least amount of effort. You can place foot on top of thigh if it suits you. Notice what you notice. Feel what you feel. Not to reduce yourself down to one feeling, but to receive yourself, all of yourself, more fully, to see yourself more clearly. On the inhale, draw the legs up through center. Stretch your legs out long, reach your arms overhead. Invite the deepest, fullest breath in. Pause at the top for a beat. Exhale with an audible sigh. Pause at the bottom, and then invite the breath in deep. Let it fill you up. Pause at the top for 2 beats. And then exhale with a soft sigh. Pause at the bottom, and then invite an even deeper, even fuller breath in through the nose. Take it in deep, let it fill you up, 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 and pause for 3 beats at the top. And with the exhale, whisper the breath out, heartfelt. Let it pour out of you, heartfelt in all directions, as far and as wide as you can possibly imagine. Bottom of that breath, hug your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs. Give yourself the sweetest, most loving embrace. The you that you are, the you that you were, the you that you've always been, the you that you've yet to become, the you that you are becoming. You can stay here, gently rock in little circles, or take the legs wider apart and thread your arms between your legs, holding your outer shins, ankles, or edges of the feet for happy baby. Happy baby is the you that we can't even remember. the pure, happy baby, the bliss that is our true nature. One of the things we seek in our practices of yoga is the remembrance, the reconnection, the recognition of the bliss that is our true nature. And happy baby, take a moment to scan your body with the light of conscious awareness to see what final poses, movements, or adjustments you need or want to make in order to feel completely prepared to fully and deeply relax. You can add or remove props, add or remove layers. You could spread yourself out on your back in Shavasana, corpse pose, or a supported posture of your choice. I also welcome you if you prefer to lay on your side with support or on your belly with support, which can be so grounding. You're welcome to make yourself as comfortable as humanly possible. And as you spread yourself out on the altar of the earth, make of yourself an offering to the breath. I'll guide practice. Feel free to look for the breath. And again, just by turning your awareness to the breath, notice how naturally the breath deepens and expands. And as you rest the light of awareness on the currents of the breath, without trying to control the breath, just notice the natural duration of your inhales and your exhales for the next few cycles. Like a scientist in an observation lab, without trying to change or control anything, just notice the natural duration of the inhale, the natural duration of your exhale. Notice any changes, any patterns. If and when the mind wanders, as is the nature of the mind, simply call yourself back to the breath, to the steady observation of each inhale and each exhale, without any judgment whatsoever. We'll step into slightly greater participation with the breath, balancing the energy in, the inhale, with the energy out, the exhale. Maybe you noticed a pattern in the breath, one side of the breath a little longer or shorter than the other side. Maybe you noticed some balance. I invite you to meet yourself in the middle, shortening the longer side of your breath if and as needed by 1 or 2 counts, and stretching the shorter side of your breath out a little longer by 1 or 2 counts. Inhaling for 4, exhaling for 4. And after a few cycles, maybe slowing it down and stretching it out, inhaling for 5 and exhaling for 5. Letting the inhale pour into the exhale and the exhale pour into the inhale like a Mobius strip. Maybe stretching it out to 6, 7, maybe getting to 8 for a few cycles. It's not a competition, it's not a goal, it's an experiment. It's an invitation to participate with the breath, not to control or subjugate the gift of life, but to really play with and engage with the gift of life. If and when the mind wanders, come back to the breath, balancing the energy in with the energy out. And if you begin to feel any kind of strain or restriction with the breath, just simply let it go and observe as the breath breathes you as it does so naturally, involuntarily. The next step in the experiment, if it interests you, is to breathe in for your count, maybe up to 8. Pause for 2, 3, or 4 beats. Exhale matches the inhale towards 8. And pause at the bottom for 2, 3, maybe 4 beats. Inhale. Find the space at the top at your capacity and pause in there. And exhale with a pause at the bottom that reflects the pause at the top. Balancing the breath in with the breath out, and balancing the spaces in between. Invite a deeper breath in. Let it fill you up. The breath ignites the heart. And a longer breath out as the light of the heart emanates from inside out, far and wide. A deeper breath in. The breath ignites the heart. The splendor of your heart informs, illuminates, and inspires the faculty of your mind and the agency of your body. And as you exhale and the light of the heart emanates from inside out, your thoughts and your actions, your mind and your body more clearly reflect and reveal the light of the heart. Like the body of the moon reflects the light of the sun. Let the spirit that you are begin to gently awaken the body that you have in the ways that feel good, wiggling toes and fingers, stretching through your arms and your legs. And as the spirit that you are awakens the body that you have, let the body that you have embrace, affirm, adorn, and protect the spirit that you are, literally wrapping yourself around yourself. For this is, and you are, the gift of life. When you're ready, you can bend your legs, feel both feet on the ground, and just take a moment to call yourself down to earth. Take a breath. Call yourself back to reality and take a breath. And take a moment to visualize the ways in which you stretch yourself, your heart, this practice of yoga, into all the activities of your daily life. In so doing, bringing light and sweetness into an age of darkness. We sustain the connections, the engagement, the light, and the sweetness at all cost. In so doing, we bring more beauty and brilliance to those in the world around us. Imagine that. When you're ready, roll to one side, press through strong arms, find your way into a comfortable seated posture. The eyes can be softly open or softly closed with the hands folded before the heart. And Anjali Mudra, a final gesture of sincere self-reverence, self-honor that acknowledges and honors the voice of the true teacher, the source of supreme love, divine wisdom, and virtuosity, never further than your heart, which is never further than your breath. Always present, intrinsically peaceful, utterly luminous and virtuous, we place this aspect of ourselves before us as a guide in all we do. As you bow to your heart with all my heart, I bow to every single one of you. Thank you so much for your practice, for your presence, and for all that you are and all that you do every single day of this human life. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being together. Adriana, thanks for the invite. Thank you for being on the mat. Desiree's next weekend. Move things on your calendar. Check this. If not all, I promise, money back guarantee. I promise time and money well spent, I promise. And then we're working on a Mexico retreat. I'm going to collab with KG Strong, so it'll be strength and yoga retreat in Mexico in the winter. And then we're going to Greece, July 20th to the 26th. This is your second chance for those who missed. We went to Greece last summer. I peaked on happiness, happiest I've ever been in my whole life, 3 days in a row, no drugs. So I need to give everyone a second chance. And yeah, if you have any announcements, things going on in the neighborhood, let us know so that we can help spread the word. We should decide this week. Right now, it's looking like January 26th or maybe March 3rd, TBD.
And I forgot, pranayama practice group starts in 2 weeks.
Pranayama practice group starts in 2 weeks. It's virtual, it's online. You roll out of bed and get online. And if you miss it, it's recorded, so you could do it at your own pace. Pranayama, we did a little bit at the end of practice, but Adriana is our resident expert authority on pranayama, and it is a lifelong practice. Anything else you want to say or add?
It's really sweet. It's a nice time, especially if you want a morning home practice and want some support in creating that. We do a little bit of asana, and then as the 8 weeks move on, we get